Well, that I think is kind of honestly the perfect fitting end to a voting gauntlet that's based around the original characters for Book 2. The winner at the end of the day is Fjorm. That's a perfect ending, honestly. Considering she's been with us since the start of Book 2 all the way to the end where we are now, it's just, it fits so well. So congratulations to Fjorm on your win. Congratulations to Ilger for putting up such a big fight for a character that was just recently introduced. And all of these other characters who put in the effort. I'm still glad Surtr died in the first round, but I'm kind of sad to see Moosevale died as well in the first round, so it pretty much became a niffle fest. Not to be confused with a nipple fest, that's something completely different. Still, that's pretty entertaining, and honestly, just worthwhile. Just such a perfect end. But, speaking of perfect endings and voting in general, it seems a lot of you guys have been voting with your wallet in a lot of ways. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but we're going to be talking about some news that is not exactly great for Heroes. Granted, it's not terrible, but it is a sure sign that a lot of you were not exactly happy with November. And I can understand that between the banners that were exactly popular and a lot of what was going on in Heroes recently, it kind of makes sense. So, well, over on Sensor Tower, a website that monitors revenues for mobile games and all sorts of other nonsense there, they revealed the revenue that Heroes made in November, and, well, it's not exactly great. They still made $13.8 million, which, come on, that's a lot of money, guys. That is an insane amount of money, and that just tells you how much gacha, you know, really just work in that regard. But there is something that is very noticeable here. Now, this website says that they have, actually, this probably might have been the worst month for Heroes since its launch. 13.8 million is drastically lower than, well, the month before, and the month before that. Usually, Heroes averages around 18 to about 20 million per month. However, now it started to drop, and according to this, that is about 66% its monthly average, and a decrease of approximately 19% year over year. That is not a good sign for Heroes, and in fact, if you are a developer, or at least if you're IS, you may want to look at this and go, maybe we should change a little bit. You know, maybe we should focus on some other things here. And according to this, according to Sensor Tower, they claim that Dragalia Lost is probably one of the bigger contributors, and yes, that is quite a big contributor. I know some of you may disagree with that and think, you know, Dragalia is not, you know, that big, but it is. It was a really big contributor. A lot of you guys are playing that game as well, so it makes sense that that would be a big one. However, I think the other big portion of this is probably the dysfunction and the dislike that came with a lot of the banners and how IS has been representing the game of recent. And that's just, well, the simple truth there. Heroes really did not handle November very well, between banners that were very, very strange, a lot of alts, and just not really handling content all too well has really compiled into this. And I'm really thankful to those who did not, you know, pay money, or they just voted with their wallet in this sense. They voted to not be happy with these banners, and while I did spend some money on the Harib banner, I didn't spend very much money in the month of November on Heroes at all. And while I did end up with a bunch of Surtrs just by pure luck, it's quite interesting to see how much has really changed with Heroes as this moves on. It's really quite disappointing, and honestly, it really just shows you, IS, you need to step up your game here if you're going to continue to make content for Heroes. We can't keep getting the same stuff over and over again, and you need to also monitor your banners and consider how fans are going to react to these as things go on, because November was not really the best month for a lot of us, and I'm hoping that tomorrow with the Fate channel, we'll see a little bit of a turnaround here. But right now, when it comes to Heroes and what it's making and how well it's doing, well, this is a sign of a decline, and I'm really hoping that IS can really turn this around. And that is with a bunch more banners. And last year, where we just got the introduction to legendary banners, they had quite a bit more money. And throughout most of this year, they've also been losing a bit more money as time has gone on. You need to remember that the first year of Heroes did not have as many banners as we do now, so technically a lot of this money seems to be falling a bit behind. And, well, it's a sinking ship unless you start patching things up, IS. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, you know, Heroes is dead, but, you know, it does show us that people will and are willing to vote with their wallet. But what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Heroes and its slight little decline there when it comes to revenues? It's well, I can't really say slight. It was actually quite a significant decline. But it is a sign nonetheless. And it's something that really, when you look at it, they need to focus a bit more on making a bit better content in that regard. That's just my takeaway from this. Do tell me what you think in the comments, guys. I'm going to head out for now. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching. I love you all very much. Congratulations, Team Fjorm. Team Ilger, you were strong, and I love you all very much. And you're not boring, as she says. Not boring at all.